Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me today. Do you like new block designs? Do you have some older favorite stash fabrics or newly purchased charm packs you'd like to use? Then keep watching. I'm Pat Speth, author of the Nickel Quilt books, and I have a new block design for you today. Today's block is made from half square triangles, and I'm going to show you how I came up with this design. I started by playing around with half square triangles and grouping them into sets of 4. A French monk born in 1681 came up with 256 possible combinations for arranging just 4 half square triangles together. So that's a lot of quilt block ideas. I grouped 4 of these together into a section, and I duplicated this section 4 times to turn it into the quilt block, and I really love the results. You know, when you go back and you look at just this piece here and think about this as a block, it's not usually something that I would put together, but boy, then you put it together in sets of 4, giving each section, rotated by 90 degrees as you're putting it together, and it comes up with this wonderful star block. So now we're going to go back to Electric Quilt. Now up on the screen I have 2 different quilt blocks, and they're almost identical. This one over on the right would have been the original design, as far as where the dark and light placement appears in the half square triangle. But I went ahead and decided to make some of these triangles with just, all main fabrics with the oranges and the teals. I thought was a fun design for this. So this is the one on the left that I'm going to go ahead and show in several quilt layouts. Now, before we take a quick peek at the quilts, I want to talk about the size of this block. This is a really big block. It's a 32-inch block. And we can make it in other sizes, but I'm going to show you what the block looks like first in quilts at its 32-inch size. And to make these half square triangles, to finish 4 inches, which is what they would need to finish in order for this to be a 32-inch block. That starts with a 5-inch square of fabric, and I am really partial to working with 5-inch squares, so that's why I went with this large block to start with. Taking a look at the quilts in a few different sizes, this would be the lap size with 4 of those blocks put together. And it's a large lap. It would measure in at 76 inches square. The twin size, here we go. The twin size would be a generously long twin, measuring in at 76 by 108 inches, and that is just 6 blocks put together will give you a twin size quilt. And I believe, yes, king size, 9 blocks would make a king size quilt at 108 by 108 inches. There are other sizes that you could scale the same block design down to. So, and I have 2 other sizes on here, and these are to scale. If the one over on the left, where the half square triangles finish 4 inches, the block's 32 inches. This one on the top right with 2-inch finished half square triangles would measure 16 inches square, and then the bottom one, the bottom right, with half square triangles that would finish at 1.5 inches, the block would be a 12-inch block. So let's take a look at some quilts using this size of block, and you can see roughly then how many quilt blocks would be required. Using the 16-inch block, this is roughly what a twin-size quilt would look like, and that would measure 60 inches by 92 inches. This one would be either a pretty large full-size quilt, double-size quilt, or queen, measuring 92 inches by 92 inches. And then let's go even smaller. And now using the block in its 12-inch form and combining it with an alternate block throughout the quilt, this is a queen-size quilt, 96 inches square. I like this look a lot with the alternate block showing off and showcasing that 12-inch block. I hope that you enjoyed this new block design, and I'm curious as to what size you might be tempted to make it in. Please leave a comment below and let me know. Until I post again, have fun making your quilts. All of my books and patterns can be purchased from my website. Purchases from my website will help fund the creation and production of more videos. Thank you.